Hey everyone, it's May. So I finally did it. I finally got like a lead that I'm kind of proud of. I'm sure Berkey or Bumble beat it within 12 hours of this going live, give or take. But uh, I finally decided to swap my relics or my artifacts around outside of the default void overshield setup. Um, I kind of just stuck with it because it was what I started pumping power into, and I was chasing power leaderboard because I didn't really have any other um, aspirational goals. It was just like, oh, this is going to be something I can do because it's like a passive thing, doesn't really matter. Um, I did not take into account that there would be events that like this is my second gotcha game. I've never played it as the game has been going live either. The last game I played was Jordalia Lost, and I loved it. I don't remember. I came in very late. Like I probably got to play like a year and a half maybe before it shut down. Um, but so all that's to say, I think I'm done chasing power. I swapped my setup here. Well, not fully done chasing power, but you know, I'm going to stop completely focusing it, at least in terms of swapping this around. Um, got new relics I wanted. Uh, Solar boost, weapon enhancement. I really wanted those. But the jolted transit and rampaging radiation, combined with the unkillableness of Ring of Abundance and safeguarding, Ring of Safeguarding, uh, you basically just get to do the Calamity Op strat I was doing before on my latest Calamity Op video. Uh, so I determined that my other build was not as good, like to the point where it needed to change right now if for me to make any more progress. Like I think I was maxing out what that build could do. And it's not bad by any means. It was just inconsistent because so much of the damage relied on a ramping up damage it was dependent on your overshield basically. So sometimes you would see me in clips where I'm doing like a million per hit, if it's like on a Shinka or like 400, 500 per hit. But that was dependent entirely on if I had an overshield and how much of that overshield was there. Um, so this is a more consistent setup where it's just throw your shield out, pull it back, and then do either your super or your shield slam. Um, I would probably say the shield slam unless you already had a stack of like your full rage already capped up on your retribution. I would do the Q so that you start building your retribution. They just put out a change to Partridge Sky in particular. Prior to this patch, you would use your heavy attack, and the fire damage over time effect would each one of those dots would get buffed. It wasn't a substantial buff. It was like maybe an extra 1,000 damage. But it would take away all like I think 10 of your stacks. You'd go from 13 to like 3. It might have been 5. Forgive me. I'm not. It's I don't typically look at the details. I do have footage of it. If I need to look back, I can. Um, but yeah, it doesn't do that anymore. So now I can just use like I basically have 100% uptime on Retribution times 13, which lets me dump out these like 100k or 400k, almost 500k heavy attacks, and I've basically pumped on 150k extra DPS on top of what I was able to max out with before. And it's completely consistent. It's a little bit more dangerous because I'm running rampaging radiation, so sometimes you can die from like I guess just like extra incoming damage than you're expecting. But generally your cooldowns are on such a good rotation with this setup where like it's very hard to die and you are constantly pumped because as I said earlier, the shield throw counts as 2 activations of radiation instead of just 1. So you actually have a lot of opportunities to like hold those buff moments to like extend your damage duration. And then again, you're constantly generating rage. So you're getting like a healing bonus, I believe, is what rage does as well. If I can find the
That's it for the warm-up. Let's get started.
I know that one. Here we go. Accumulates rage whenever she or the barrier of starlight is attacked. So the
Face the
thing with
Iron
the
Champion!
rampaging radiation and the orb is that whenever you press Q, it just give you 13 stacks instead of building up like someone's shooting you. So that was really cool, and it keeps her like super juiced the entire run. This effect heals for a base amount of 92 per second. More rage she has. So constantly, I'm generating 248 before Shield Slam gives me my overshield and heal. Before I add in an extra overshield with the shield toss. And it's just like 100% uptime on the rage, so you get 50% back every time. Uh, it's just
Behold,
really, really,
the
really
Iron
good.
Champion is here.
Um, Trying to think if there's anything else in particular here. I don't know how long this, vocal track has been going, or how long the footage has been going, but I do show the build at the end of the video, so stick around if you're, still here. I've probably written it in a comment somewhere that it's at the end of the video.
30
Um,
seconds. That's
but
all
yeah,
they can
uh, this is a pretty fun build. It was inspired by tanking in World of Warcraft, where you would basically like you would take your enemies, and instead of killing the entire pack, you'd let your tank, your warrior, basically do what I'm doing now, where you just take a ton of damage in between pulls to maintain your rage bar, and then you're just able to output
The
way more
Iron
damage than
Champion!
expected because they are like, it's usually like a always be casting kind of situation, at least in modern day. But yeah, so it works out well here, and it was really, really fun and very effective. I think I can continue pumping this down. I think I can at least take the number 7 slot at the, I believe that was maybe a 121.
Behold,
I apologize.
the
I
Iron
didn't
Champion is... That was a close
keep it
match.
in mind. It's been just a long night of waiting for the servers to come back up so I could test this more because I was having a lot of fun with it in the training room last night. Um, so yeah, look forward to more of those. I still suck with the mythic swords, even though they are fixed. So I'll probably still be rocking Partridge because I think now that I have an actual build going, it might have more potential than I thought it did. Um, so we will see. Uh, I'll try to go in depth with a different build video later. Explain obvious choices, and then obviously explain the defensive relics. Those are not like set in stone. At least the perks on them. I think the actual artifacts themselves are going to be staying. Sorry, I keep saying relics. If you're confused and I've said relic, I typically mean artifact. Um, but yeah, I guess look forward to that. And thanks for watching. All right, later.